Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 2 a.m., just listening to the clock tick? That's me, a lot of nights. I lie there, and I think about how stress isn't just in your head. It's something your body holds on to. Living in New Orleans, it feels like trauma is layered into the very air we breathe. We've had Katrina's floodwaters, the painful dislocations that followed, the exhausting process of rebuilding, the global pandemic, and that awful New Year's Eve attack in 2025. Each disaster leaves a scar, not just on our buildings, but on all of us, on our collective soul. This weight just keeps building up. It's grief piled on top of financial worries, feeling cut off from others, and this constant low-level hum of danger in a city that's seen so much disruption. Chronic stress is sneaky. It seeps into your life without you even noticing. National studies have shown it's linked to serious physical problems like heart disease, diabetes, and a weakened immune system. Here in New Orleans, mental health feels like a constant battle. Our community clinics, our schools, our nonprofits, they're all stretched to the breaking point, trying to help people with anxiety, depression, and trauma, all while struggling with not enough funding. Our youth are facing a really tough landscape. They're dealing with the pressures of the digital world. Their education was constantly interrupted by disasters and the pandemic, and there's so much economic uncertainty at home. And this isn't just a New Orleans problem. Students everywhere, in cities, suburbs, and rural areas, are struggling under similar pressures. But here, our unique history of trauma and our vulnerability to environmental disasters just makes everything feel more intense. I've felt this unraveling myself. My sleep is rarely deep. Worry is just this constant background noise. I feel the tightness in my chest, that knot in my stomach, and this jumpy feeling of hypervigilance every time there's news about another storm, another threat, or another economic downturn. It's so easy to internalize all this uncertainty, to feel helpless when you're surrounded by it. But even in the middle of all this pressure, I've seen incredible resilience, both in individuals and in our community as a whole. There are these amazing pockets of relief popping up. Neighborhood wellness initiatives, mental health programs that started after Katrina, and city-funded counseling services are making a real difference. Our local musicians and artists, they're still out there, performing despite all the challenges, giving us not just entertainment but a way to heal. Community centers are hosting yoga classes, grief support groups, and workshops teaching us how to manage stress and regulate our emotions. You see similar programs all over the country, but in New Orleans, they feel different. They're tied to our culture, our identity. Healing isn't just a personal journey here, it's a collective one. The biggest lesson in all of this is that our minds don't exist in a vacuum. They're shaped by the streets we walk, the neighborhoods we live in, by historical events, and by the world around us, both physical and digital. Chronic stress isn't just a personal failing, it's a social problem, a structural one. It's born from poverty, displacement, inequality, and repeated exposure to trauma. Understanding this completely changes how we think about resilience. It's not just about being tough, it's about building systems, relationships, and spaces that actively support our mental well-being. So, in the quiet of those long nights, I try to remind myself that this unraveling doesn't have to be permanent. I see my neighbors organizing to help each other, artists turning vacant lots into beautiful spaces, and teachers and volunteers working to bridge the gaps in our community. I see the threads of repair being woven all around me, and that's a story you can find everywhere. Communities rebuilding, adapting and innovating under pressure. Here, that innovation is part of who we are. It's how we survive, and it's how we express our culture. Ultimately, our minds are a lot like our city, shaped by trauma, stretched by stress, but capable of extraordinary resilience. To live here, or really to live anywhere in today's world, is to learn that vulnerability and strength go hand in hand. The real challenge, and the greatest opportunity, is to see how these big systemic pressures affect our inner lives, and then to consciously build practices, relationships, and spaces that allow us to heal. The unraveling might happen from time to time, but so does our amazing capacity to weave ourselves back together, to find meaning in the chaos, and to hold on to hope, even when crises loom. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this moment with me. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more conversations like this. It really helps us continue the work. Take care.